If it looks like a land of mystery, that's because it is. It was here that I was on the search for a remedy to a problem. Dizziness and weakness are just the beginning. It breeds complacency and lethargy. Kids can't concentrate. It causes premature births and defects. And 2/3 of the population suffers from it. Anemia, caused by a lack of iron in the blood, and it seems this piece of metal has the power to stop it all. Really like in Cambodia that the people are so friendly and welcoming. Passing through as a traveler, I don't think you'd really get to understand the ins and outs of the culture. When I first moved to Cambodia, I lived in a rural village, and it took a little bit of time before people got used to this sort of foreigner wandering around. And so it was really important for me to learn the language and to start to understand the culture. I was able to eat with them and to interact with them on a daily basis. I also learned that luck plays a part in Cambodian culture. I would definitely consider myself lucky that they didn't think me a fool and turn their back on me. My name is Chris Charles, and I wanted to help the people of Cambodia. We typically refer to anemia as hidden hunger. It's not obvious at first glance, and so it's very difficult to determine whether a person is anemic or not, and that's one of the reasons why large-scale interventions to treat anemia have been so difficult in the past. The biggest source of iron is meat, specifically red meat. In Cambodia, the typical diet is fish and rice. Fish does have a large amount of iron, but in Cambodia, people will eat a large plate of rice and a little bit of dried fish on the side, and almost no vegetables, no fruits, and those things are really important at making sure that the iron is actually absorbed after it's been consumed. I know that iron pills and other iron treatments aren't affordable or a sustainable means of improving iron content, and so I knew that I had to do something to try to alleviate the problem. There's a number of studies that have shown that cooking in cast iron cookware releases some of the iron into the food. In Cambodia, typically people don't use iron cooking pots because they're quite expensive and quite heavy. So then I got to thinking, what if I could get them to place a chunk of iron into their pots? It should have the same effect. It would be so simple, cheap, accessible, even for the remote villagers. But my simple solution had one big problem. I couldn't get them to see it how I saw it. Women were quite hesitant to add this sort of ugly piece of metal to their pot. The iron blocks came in very useful, just not in the pots. I realized I had to dig a little deeper. Sayings, beliefs, rituals, anything that would give me a better understanding of Cambodian culture. And then I landed this. This particular species of fish is considered somewhat lucky in Cambodian culture, but in addition to that, it's also a nice species of fish to eat. I think I was a little bit shocked when I found out how positive the findings were. We were able to show that women were able to store iron so that they could use it in times of increased needs. It's really important for a woman to enter pregnancy in an iron-sufficient state. In the test areas, anemia has pretty much disappeared altogether, which is absolutely astounding. It was far exceeded what we had expected. As for me, the important thing is to keep searching, because sometimes you need to search a little further to give luck a chance to happen. Talk about one lucky fish.